Hi, in this video I'm going to do an over-explanation. In this video I'm going to show each of my steps into doing a digital art. So if you have a lot of trouble trying to understand when you see those YouTube tutorials and you go like, I don't understand what you just did there, please repeat. This video is going to be for all of you. It's going to be all of the steps, like all of them. My thinking, what I'm going to select, everything. So let's go for it with a simple drawing. Let's get into it. When I say everything, it's literally going to be everything. First things first, Photoshop. Click on File, and then New, okay, New File. Be sure to set your resolution into 300 pixels per inch. And here on size, the size that you like, I'm going to set a 2000 per 2000. It's a good start. It's too small for me, but you can set 2000 by 2050, yeah. The title is going to be something very important. And then just click enter, okay? Ta-da, you have your square. So right now I'm with my brush here. I have only one layer. I'm going to start by creating a new layer. How can I do that? I'm going to press on my keyboard Ctrl-Shift-N. This tab here is going to appear, new layer. You can name anything you want. For me, it's going to name it Sketch. And then I just press enter. Now we have our new layer. And if you have trouble creating a new layer this way, you can just go here. Okay? Let me show again. This symbol right here, you can just click on it. It's going to create a new layer. And if you want to name it, 2 clicks here. And then you name whatever you want and enter. Cool. Delete. I'm going to press delete. Now we are back to background and sketch layer. Pressing letter B on my keyboard to be sure that I'm on brush. Clicking on the screen to set the right size. And then I'm going to turn on hardness like 100%. You can see here, 100%. And then I'm going to click here. And now my brush is black, okay? And maybe your brush is still not black. It's because your opacity here, it's not 100. Now it is. Look at this. Very good. Amazing. And be sure that you have some smoothing, okay? First thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to sketch a character. When you're sketching a character, you gotta be sure that you have references, okay? I'm going to show right now, right here, my references. Here you guys can see. I just searched on Pinterest Anya, the character of Spy Family, and I was clicking on images until I found 3 images that I enjoyed. This one, and this one. What I like in those images that I selected for reference, all of them have crazy colors going on. They are not normal colors, like only base color. They have like a nice shadow, a nice light going on, you know? It's not like, what is the name of that? Cel-shading. Cel-shading. That's what you see on anime, just one layer of shadow. You can see many layers, and many colors in this one, as an example. So these 3 are the ones that I'm using for reference. I'm just going to start sketching this character eyes. Still with my brush, black color here, 100% opacity. And be sure that when you press F5, you have your transfer on, shape dynamics on, okay? Shape dynamics on with pen pressure, transfer with pen pressure too, all on minimum, and all rest minimum, and smoothing. And then you can just go F5 again, vanish. Let's go. And you can see that like I erase when I'm not doing it right. What I do is press Ctrl-Z and it goes back. For some people you need to press Ctrl-Shift-Z. Let me show here. Or Ctrl-Alt-Z. Here, yeah. Some people it's going to be Ctrl-Alt-Z and you press. It's going to vanish one time. But if you press only Ctrl-Z, it vanishes all. And if I want to vanish with my eraser, I'm going to press letter E, that's eraser, and then just erase it, okay? Back to my brush. For the eye, I'm not going to try to draw the other eye. That will take too much time to make it perfect. So what I do is just select here Lasso tool. I love Lasso tool. Lasso tool is amazing. I recommend. I click it here, Lasso tool, or you can just press L on your keyboard. And then you select the area of the eye, okay, select it. And then you just press Ctrl-C and then Ctrl-V. It's duplicated. Or you can just go and press Ctrl-J. And now to select our new eye, I'm going to hold Ctrl. And then I'm going to drag it, okay? Drag it. Good. Very good. And you can see this eye is a little bit more upwards than this one. And if you try by your hand to do it, it may not go exactly where you want. So if you want to be sure that it's perfect, Ctrl-T, and then you can just use your arrows on your keyboard to go one by one to the side that you want. And when you like it, press enter. To merge both layers, I'm going to press Ctrl-E. Cool, they are now all together. And since I believe the face is too huge, I'm going to press Ctrl-T, and I can just size it down. And if yours is all crazy like this, it's because you may need to hold Shift or just let it go from Shift, okay? Now let's go into the hair. When I think of drawing hairs, I separate it into locks of hair. I believe, hey, there is going to be a bang here, this area, and there is going to be a huge hair here and a huge hair here. Now she looks like a Splatoon character, yes. To go little by little, and don't let your line art be trembling and small. Try to do long lines. Use your wrist, use your whole arm. You're playing volleyball when you're drawing. If you're tired of trying to do the triangle, remember lasso 2, Ctrl-T, Ctrl-8, and then you just drag it to the place that you believe that is going to be the best. Yeah. Great, we did it. This is our base, okay? Now we are going for color. How we go for color? When you go into color, you're going to make your color layer below your sketch layer, okay? So right now I'm going to press Ctrl-Shift-N. I'm gonna name it color. And you can see that it's created above my sketch layer. And I'm like, no. So I just drag and drop it below. And in this color layer, there are some ways for you to paint. And I want to paint in a certain way, and I'm gonna show that way. Let's select our sketch layer. And here on our sketch layer, we're gonna press W, okay? W. Magic wand here. Within quick selection and magic wand, click on magic wand. You click it outside her, okay? Outside her face. It's selected all the area. And if it's selected inside of the hair of the face, it's because you didn't close your line. Be sure to close your line. And you need to select this other area. And to select also this other area at the same time, you gotta be holding Shift on your keyboard. And now you can click it. Ta-da! And now you select down here too, only those areas. Good. Now we go back into color layer. And now we press Ctrl-Shift-I. Okay? It seems like it did nothing, but it did. It inverted our selection. So now we press the letter G, or here, the bucket tool. It may show as a gradient tool for you. You just gotta click here and change for bucket, paint bucket tool. And now, before we do anything about coloring, we're gonna click here on colors, I prefer to use my color mode like this. Yours is going to be probably like this, which is also fine. I don't even remember how to use this one anymore since I have been too much in this one. Okay, now you're gonna select the color from your reference. Yeah, be sure to select from your reference. Right now, I'm picking the color of my reference. Good. You just gotta make your eyedrop click on your image of reference, and it's going to select the color. Now we go into the paint bucket tool, and now we click it. Ta-da! We painted everything inside. Amazing. Now we remove the selection by pressing Ctrl D. Okay? Now we want to paint different areas. How we do that? Let's go back into sketch layer, magic wand again, W, select the hair, hold shift for even more selection. Good, I believe all the hair is selected. Yeah. Now I'm going to click L for lasso tool, hold shift, and select all of those small areas inside of the hair that it's not selecting 100%. Bucket 2. Click here and select the color that you want for the hair. And now on the color layer, press G. Yeah, remove your selection by pressing Ctrl D. Click again just to reinforce. Click a few more times just to reinforce that it's on the right area. And now we're gonna keep on doing the same thing for those ear things, for the smile, for the eyes. I was going to say nose. For the eyes and for the cloth that she's using. If you have trouble selecting something outside of your Photoshop, you gotta just press here and then drag it until it touches your image. You can see how it's changing when it touches the image. We're going to create some shadows. Let me pick here my references so I can keep on looking at them. So now, how we are going to make shadows? You create a new layer. Okay. This is going to be your shadow. You go into your color layer now, and you select the area that you want to change stuff. I want to start by changing the skin. Am I selecting the skin tolerance 0? Now, yeah, now I'm sure I'm selecting the skin. Good. I'm just going to remove all the other selection by holding Alt. It's going to take out all the selection that I don't want. All of it, all of it, all of it. Oh my, select the wrong place. Here. Oh my, select wrong. No, come back, please come back. Thank you. Okay, now we have all the skin selected. What we are going to do, we are going to paint in the shadows layer. You can go for multiply, but what I'm going to do right now is pretty much a raw painting. I'm going for the basics. Do you know? The old artists. I'm gonna paint like them. Select the skin color. Now you go into a little bit darker color, okay? But be sure to go into a close to pink color. Purplish, yeah. Pinkish, yeah. Don't make it too dark. Be careful, okay? This is good enough. And I think this is already really dark. Now you go and do the shadows with your hard brush. It's the same brush that we are using. Here. The bang, it's going to create cast shadows. Okay, we're gonna be changing those red things from purple pinkish to a little bit of orange, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, that type of thing. But be careful, don't do too much. And if you're like, hey Gabs, it still goes too much, like here, it still goes too much, this is too much. You just gotta lower your opacity right here, okay? Lower it like 50. Try 50, 47 here. And then when you try, yeah, this looks cool. This looks amazing. Now I change it to 10% to do just small adjustments. you can see what we did here. Right, our shadow is not living, our shadow is dead. We gotta have our shadow being alive. So we click here again and bring into saturation. Do you see this? What is saturation? Go into this crazy area here. Do you see Simba? This crazy area? Yeah, you get a little bit closer, just a little bit. You can go a little bit more into pinkish, but careful, that's too much. Always be careful. Because if you go too much, your artwork can look cray-cray, and we don't want cray-cray. Look at this. For me right now, it's too strong. That's my progress. I'm always trying different colors, trying to be sure that I got the right one. I got the wrong one. I got the right one. Haha. Yeah. I believe this one's good. And you can always go and check the color of your reference. You can go there and go like, oh, this is the color here. Oh, it makes sense. Oh my, is that the color there? That's a great tip that I can give. When you go and select the color of your reference, you're gonna sometimes ask yourself like, this is the color here? Like, seriously? Yeah, that's the color there. That's the color that we're gonna use. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, this is the color. Let's go. I'm doing an all around first, and then I go into details or the main area. Okay, now we go into the bang. Okay, this area here, pure shadow, shadow, shadow. All this area here is going to be pure shadow. Why? It's bending. The bang is bending. Here, I'm just following. Hey, here should have shadows. Yeah, I agree with you, gaps from my head. Here should have shadows. Let's go into shadows. Selecting the color of my reference. Do you see this? This dark color? Yeah, this one. You can see it looks brighter. Cool, cool. Very cool. I was already expecting that, so I'm going to the brighter part. It's always good to choose a reference because you get so many surprises. That's what happens with any process of my art. Any. Now, before we do even more things, I want to show a process that I love so much doing. We click on our sketch layer, okay, we lock it. No, before locking it, we duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J, okay? Look at this strong, thick line. Yeah, we are not going to keep that. We press Ctrl E, and then we lock it, okay? Strong, thick line, strong, thick line. And now we're gonna paint our line art. Okay, I always use a strong color to paint it, okay? Like here, a red, strong red, huge brush, zero hardness, zero. And now you go and start painting little by little. Do you see how beautiful it's turning out? This already looks amazing, but you can make it even more amazing. You can go and bring your red a little bit upwards, and you can keep on trying. And keep on trying. Look at this bang. Look at this lock of hair. Look at this. Looks like it's shining. And we want this effect in the face. Of the face shining? Yes, we want that. Why? It's gonna look like the face is shining and it just looks cool. That's it. That's my explanation. It looks cool. Right now I'm selecting the color of my shadow and applying carefully into the strokes inside. Okay, it's inside, not outside, not this big one. The ones that are like, hey, I'm not calling that much attention. So now we are going to make some highlight in the hair. So we go back into selecting the hair, into the basic color layer. And now we go into shadows. That is also going to become light right now. It is Now we go and select our light reference. Cool, right? Cool. And now we start doing the light like in a letter C here. In a smile. There's a smile here. That's what you're going to make it. Now we get here and do a ring light. What is a ring light? A light that comes from the side. Pretty much that. Okay? Okay. And at the other side, you can see that I'm here with orange tones and that kind of thing. Now we go into blue tones. Blue, yeah, blue. You can go a little bit into purple, but bluish and a little bit darker. It's going to be like the light from the other side, because here I'm trying to do all type of crazy stuff in your drawing. And those shadows, why not add even more light? A little sparkle in her eye. Oh yeah, it's in the line art. We're going to line art and add a little sparkle because sparkles are cool. I love sparkles. Now we go back into these things in the shadow layers and start adding some highlight. Here in those huge chunky lock of hair. All might must weigh 5 kilograms. We can get here and start doing like the roots, the ramification, the separation of each area of the hair. Okay, an even stronger one, like hey, I'm truly separating from here. And here, down here, this area, do you see this area? Yeah, it's going to be so dark. I'm putting something close to lilac here. I feel like lilac colors in this area is going to do a much greater job, seriously. But not that saturated. Yeah. Now, for all those crazy chungus happening here, we are going to click here. Maybe ours on blur too. No. We go into smudge too. I love smudge too. I'm a fan of smudge too. Smudge too is everything. So now, right now, be sure that your settings are shape dynamics with pen pressure, here tip shape, a little bit of spacing, hardness 31%, transfer with this pen pressure here on maximum, and smoothing. That's pretty much my settings. Okay, now strength. We are going for 50. Let's try 50 right here. Okay, look at this. Look at this. We're making everything smooth. Take out hardness. I thought 31% was good. No. The best is 0. We can do more stuff here. Yes, we can. What I would be doing is adding sparkles. Like in the cheek. Why not? And in the hair. Sparkles in the hair gaps. Does this make... No, it doesn't make sense. I just love it. Let me see what I can do more here. Oh, right now I just pressed letter C. And I'm going to stretch the art a little bit because I want more blank space and not be touching the edges so much. Cool. Now I'm going to mix everything in one layer. 1 layer gaps, are you crazy? Yes, I am. I'm just going to click on the base layer, hold Ctrl and Shift, and select the upper one. It's going to select all of that are in between. And I'm going to click Ctrl E, 1 layer, let's go, gang. And now we're going for my favorite tool. That's right, water. Well, my second favorite tool. Click here. You guys cannot see it. Here. Clicking here. Curves. Yeah, now you guys can see it. Here. Curves. This is going to appear for you. And the magic starts right now. When you click here, there's going to be red, green, blue. And oh my, those channels make such magic. You can start one by one and start doing magic, like red. You have this line here. Look at what happens when you just change this line and you go like chungus, 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 chungus. And you can do with this line any way that you want. Like, hey, highlights, red, here, blue, no, I prefer this other one. I normally create 3 different points in the line and I start seeing, hey, I prefer this one, no, I prefer this other one. That's how I do. Normally. Like here. Oh, it's interesting, but let me check out first other colors and then I go from red to green and I see like, I'm finding even more interesting things here. What if I do here, this color, and here, like this one? This is my last touch. I go like red, green, blue, and then I go back. Okay, I finish at blue, go back to green, and then go back to red. And then I'm finished on curves. Because sometimes only after a certain effect of the green or of blue channel that you can change something even more amazing in the other one. Let me show something. You gotta press Ctrl and Alt and hold it. It's going to appear this little icon here between those two. Click it. It's only going to affect your drawing, not the layer below, only the layer that you selected. And now I'm going to create a new layer, call it soft light. Sla is going to be called Sla. Mode, it's going to be here, soft light. And it's also going to be in the same way. And now I'm going to do a great, amazing, beautiful, huge brush, zero hardness. Zero hardness, okay? Great. Look at this. You can make some places darker, you can make some places brighter. That's the full magic of believing in no, that's the full magic of effects. Look at this. You can make all this area here darker. Control, Alt, hold, click it between layers. This mode here does magic. Selecting this green and the eye, make it a brighter green. Look what is going to happen. Going to yellowish colors. Here. Here. Yeah. Bright eye, do you see that? But I can just make it in all the eye. Like, wow. She became Megalovania charter. We go here in filter and camera raw. Ga ga ga. La la. We have all of this screen right here. Let me make it smaller so you can see everything. Yeah, now you can see everything. This can adjust for you so many things. Look at this. Look at this. But I'm going here into this triangle one and adjust sharpening. Let me show what happens. Do you see this? Do you see this that we did? When you put it even more, it looks even sharper. But if you click here to reduce noise, it makes everything soft, so it's a mix of sharp and soft. This is pretty much everything that you ever wanted. All I ever wanted was to see you smiling. Careful to not do too much, I'm always going to say that. And here you can go and change colors pretty much. Look at that. Cool. Let me see if there's something more that I gotta show here. Grain. I love adding grain. Do you see what's going to happen here? In this tab, you make it go up. Look at this grain. It gives texture. Pretty much texture that we gotta use on our artwork. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. Me and you, we are getting it. Heck yeah. I love to leave grain there. Cool. Cool grain. And now last thing. I promise that's the last thing and we are finished. Okay? Click here, down here. Okay, not in the name, down here. 2 clicks. It's going to appear this tab. And now you just take out. No. Do you see what happens here when I take out? Yeah, you can see what happens. So before I make that happen, I'm going to duplicate my layer. And now I'm going to do that in my duplicated layer. Cool. I remove it too. Another red. And now I press. Careful. You can see now this symbol in this layer. What I did here, click it here. And remove it to RGB. I remove the G and the B. Only R right now. And now we're going to press Ctrl T. And now we press click here with the right button. And then press wrap. Okay? This grid is going to appear. Let me show what happens if you drag and drop this. Look at this. She have double face. That's how they do the 3D effect. That's how they do it. Let's go again. Ctrl T, wrap. And now closely, little by little, we're gonna start doing that 3D effect. Because we don't want so much of it. We just want a little bit. We just want a little bit of cray-cray, not a crazy lot of cray-cray. Small fix, After Effects. Yeah. Always have parts for After Effects. After Effects, funny to say that. After Effects, Middle Effects, Color Dodge, Soft Light. Remember to do your sketch using references. Use the reference for your base colors. Use the reference for how you're going to apply shadows. Which direction is going to be your light. Which direction is going to be your shadows. Be sure to make a gradient. Some area is going to be a little bit darker. Some area is going to be a little bit brighter. Be sure to enjoy the process. That's something really important. Be sure to enjoy the process and rewatch this video how many times you need. So remember to leave a like, subscribe. We have a Patreon and Gameroad if you're looking for even more amazing things. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye bye!